Oh, what's up, dudes? Now listen, man. Sometimes I just want to have an informal, kind of relaxed video where I don't go too in-depth on things and I just cook for a little while, man. Let the guy cook. But this is a request from my dude Tyler. Alright, I want to tell you about Tyler. I had 0 subscribers, $0, 0 views, and this guy came along and said, Nicky G, wake from your slumber, brother. One day soon you'll be a force to be reckoned with. I didn't believe him. I languished in the wallows for days. But then I got another subscriber and another, and here we are. Anyways, man, this fella wants a deck tech on Denry Clun, and I aim to deliver. And by deliver, I don't mean remove the liver of the man. I mean to give him some spicy Denry conversation. Then we're going to talk about some clunky cat combos. So shall it be for you all, but you got to subscribe, brother. There it is. The bell of omens. Let it comfort you in the night. Many thanks to all the patrons and of course the members. Thanks to all you bros. Now we are talking about Denry Clun, Editor-in-Chief. So this guy's 2, a white and a blue, legendary creature. It's a cat advisor, 2/2. This guy enters with your choice of a +1/+1 counter, first strike, or vigilance counter. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters, if this guy has counters on it, put the same number of each kind of counter on that creature. This guy is 13 cents, man. Phenomenal. And a holdover from when people got their news and pornography on paper. Those were the days, man, I'm telling you. Now everything's on screens, dude. I can't even see anything anymore. I wake up in the morning, my eyes are blinded. I'm blinded by screens. Just beam the images into my brain already, Musk. And you know what? I like the art here. It's a damn cat, brother. An anthropomorphized cat. And that's beautiful for our furry friends out there. Anyways, listen, we can do some interesting things with this guy. The first thing you can do is get Denry out there with a +1/+1 counter on it and cast a persist creature, River Kelpie, Glenelendra Archmage. You know, the Glenelendra is really very powerful in this deck, or my favorite, the Twilight Shepherd. 3 white, creature angel, it's a 5/5, has flying and vigilance. When this thing enters, return to your hand all cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Also has persist. I just love this card and I want to bang on about it for a second. Alright, the art, the otherworldly vibe to it. Looks like that one monster from Bloodborne who screams at you all day long, which actually could be all the monsters in Bloodborne, but I'm talking about Vicar Amelia, dude. Jeez, that game lives rent-free in my head every day. Only game I ever platinumed. Anyways, you need a sacrifice outlet and you can infinitely recur these things because the -1/-1 counter from persist and the +1/+1 counter from Denry cancel each other out. Big deal, so what, right? Well, the big deal is you use something like Altar of the Brood. Mill everybody out. You can also use Altar of Dementia as your sack outlet. Mill everybody out, that works too. Now, there are not a ton of ways to search out creatures in these colors, but lots of ways to search out artifacts. These are probably the 2 best colors for searching artifacts out. You can grab a Lesser Masticore. You know, this guy has persist. He has a mana sink to wipe the board if you want to generate infinite mana with Ashnod's Altar or Phyrexian Altar. Sage of Hours. This can also net you infinite turns, but you got to get 5 +1/+1 counters on Denry, and you need a blink engine like Deadeye Navigator. That guy goes infinite with a lot of stuff, and he just got some new art for the upcoming Innistrad Remastered set, which I'm going to be covering pretty soon here. Probably needs a mommy makeover, man, because he just looks like a goofball in this art. Now, this is all going to get a little spiky, man. I'm talking cat combos today. That's for the spiky dudes out there. I'm not saying do it, but, you can do it, brother. Behold the infinite power. And before we get off Denry, I want to mention a combo piece from Ikoria because it's bulk price, the Luminous Broodmoth. 2 white, creature, insect, it's a 3/4, has flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. It soars through the currents of moonbeams to give hope to the Forsaken. That's me, dude, the Forsaken. So with those persist creatures and a sack outlet, as long as they don't have flying, you can just use this guy to get him back. It's kind of a redundant piece for Denry Clun. You can slot this into a lot of decks. Undying Creatures, it's fantastic with that. This fellow was quite pricey for a while, but is down under $2 due to a recent reprint. I'm just saying, man. And while we're here, let's talk about some other cat combos. I'm talking about the Eater of All out here. 3 black and a green, legendary creature, elemental cat. It's a 6/6, has ward, sacrifice of food. Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types. Whenever food is put in your graveyard from the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on this big old cat, man. This big beefy cat sees the world like me. Everything is food, man. I eat all day. Even your cat lady aunt is food, if you know what I'm saying, dude. This has a bunch of combos, but you can do some interesting things with foods. You can get the experimental confectioner out there. This guy's fresh off a stint on Is That Cake? Whenever you sacrifice food, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Alright, so if Wygra is out there, sack a food, create a food, man. Uh-oh, brother. Pair this with a free sack outlet and a damn Zula port effect, and you're in the money, man. You can also do this with Camellia the Seed Miser, the ultimate evolution of a squirrel, stacking seeds and smoking dweebs out there all day long. Sack a creature food, make a creature food. Loop it, Seed Queen. Work that runway to heaven. Hey, listen, brother. Let's take a minute to talk about a combo piece that's been a favorite of mine since the Invasion days. Now, if you're a newer player, you may be asking why RuPaul is featured prominently on this Magic card. But that's not RuPaul, dude. That's Tsabo Tsavoc. She kind of has her own lore. The Phyrexians used to be a little sexier back then. They had that insectile Geiger type aesthetic, a couple extra arms, you know? In any case, this card is Phyrexian Altar. I have about 4 or 5 of these things in various decks. This was touching $100 for a while, man, and you know what? I'm ashamed to admit it, but I did pick these up at $25. I know, I'm a sucker for cards, man. Phyrexian Altar is 3 generic mana artifact, sack a creature, add 1 mana of any color. So this gets reprinted very rarely, always in a super premium product, and is a combo piece with about 2,000 other cards. There's thousands of combos out there. I mean, if you have a zombie on board, Gravecrawler, it's just a 2-card combo right there. It's got reprinted in Ultimate Masters, which turned out not to be the Ultimate Masters because we've had a bunch of new Masters after that. You know, got some new art. Without Tsabo Tsavoc in there, that's a big shame. Then it got reprinted again in Double Masters 2022. We got a full art here, and this was about $25 last year, man, up to $44 at present. But you know what? Listen, a proxy is still $1, and I'll still play with you, dude, no matter what. And this combo is with a sweet cat from Foundations, Arabo the First Fang. So that's 2 and a white for a legendary creature cat avatar. It's a 2/2. Other cats you control get +1/+1. Whenever this or another non-token cat you control enters, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. Now this guy is just ripping off Aslan style from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You know, it's a rather masculine cat, I must say. Anyways, this guy, white mane lion and a token doubler, is going to make a combo, brother, with Phyrexian Altar. So white mane lion, when this guy enters, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. So basically you pay the 1 and the white, you flash this thing out, you bring it right back to hand, create and sack a token. If you have a token doubler out there, you make 2. In order to cast white mane lion again, you need a token doubler, Anointed Procession, or a token creator like Genesis Chamber, Blessed Sanctuary, or the relatively new Angelic Cell Sword. So that's 4 and a white, creature Angel Mercenary. It's a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. When this guy or another non-token creature you control enters, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with blah blah blah. So what does that get you? Well, it gets you infinite ATBs and dice triggers, and you can pay that off in a variety of ways if you have it out there with Phyrexian Altar and Arabo. You're making tokens, you're casting white mane lion, you're bouncing white mane lion back to hand. Now mostly in white you're going to be gaining life, but check this guy out. Radiant Solar. So this is 5 and a white, creature angel with flying and lifelink. Whenever this guy or another non-token creature you control enters, venture into the dungeon, man. It's a 3/6, so you're going into the dungeon. And that's not bad, you know? This is pretty janky, dude. It's jankier than the Wyger combos and the Denry Clin combos, but you know what? That's jank, dude. That's janky cat combos right out of the litter box, man. I hope you sassy dudes out there enjoyed this video. It's Sunday, you know? I just wanted to cook, dude. I just wanted to talk about some of these sweet combos, and that's it, man. I want to talk about cards. I want to give a little fan service to my dude Tyler, too, because he wanted that Denry Clin spice. I love you, bros. I hope you're enjoying your day of rest. Don't work too hard. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.